Tak ty 2 metry ti nechám.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please.
Taky trošku na to koukej.
Production lady shooters. Maria, Ekaterina, Cecilia and Ilaria.
15-öt láttam.
Production overall. Benjamin, Eduardo, Jubisha, Robin. Standard lady. Kristina, Marketa, Krista, Elena. Standard overall. Gregorio, Eric, Adriano, Zdeněk. Open lady. Martina, Katerina, Margit, Ian. Open overall. Luka, Miroslav, Jorge, Jamie. Shooting order. Production lady, production overall, standard lady, standard overall, open lady, open overall. Standard lady, sorry, production lady shooters. Maria, Ekaterina, Cecil and Ilaria, please come to the stage.
Tak se
I am Aro, I am working. Hol álljon? Én, hogy hol álljon. Ők itt állnak. No, I will advise and then I will go score. I can move, let's say, 2 meters in the direction forward or for safety reasons, you understand?
I can go here. Yes,
follow the range officers. Yes.
In this case, I would say I step here in this, and you will follow the Alexander.
Okay, briefing.
1.5 meters. Okay. And be prepared. The shooters may come back.
We have 15 basic targets and 2 hoppers. Hopper on the left side, 2 moving targets on the left side, on the
Tady to tam vyhrála, jiný vole. Je to tam?
Bemutatni a most. Viszont. Dehogy nem, mindenképp ott a mozdul. Igen.
Ivan, csizmás, valaki menjetek bemutatni a mozdulót. Én egy generális
Én nem fogom levenni, ez biztos a cuccot.
Teď procházejí dráhu, jo, tak mají 3 minuty dostat se na to nahlásí 3 minuty. Jo, tak nějak. Aha. Ale takže aspoň 2 minuty, až skončí.
There is a line, there is a ribbon.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mike Dusik,
I'm Gregory Mitchley.
and we are here in Hungary near to the Eger, and we are here for the European Championship in Ipsc shooting. Well, these pictures are from the last week, from the whole competition, and as you see, Hungary is very known for the mud spas, and yes, there was a lot of mud during this competition.
Yes, it was raining the whole week, and yeah, the ground was getting very muddy and also very difficult for the shooters to handle, especially while walking and then shooting. But everybody managed it very well, and all were safe. And now you see the pictures from the match and how the shooters were shooting the stages with the times there.
So we will see if you are for the first time seeing IPSC shooting, so we will explain you what's going about here. First, we are preparing for the super final, or we are in the middle of the super final because we already have quarterfinals behind us. The top 6 shooters from the different divisions, from the production division, from the standard division, and from open division, they advance to the quarterfinal, and it's a one stage only format, so they competed on one stage and the top 4 advanced to the semi-final. We will see the semi-final, and now we can also introduce a little bit the stage.
Yes, now we see the walkthrough. The shooters are getting prepared for the stage. They have the chance to memorize the targets where they are, where they find their positions to shoot the targets, make their reloads. And
Yeah, so you can see the different type of targets, but also we can see the competitors, and we can talk about the results from the quarterfinals. So here are results from the production man. So the first one from the quarterfinal is American guy Benjamin Steger, then Eduardo de Cobos from Spain, Lubisha Momčilović from Serbia, and Robin Šebo from Czech Republic. These 4, they advanced to the semi-final. Now all the points are 0 again, and they will start from the 0. They have to shoot the targets, score on the targets, and then divided by time, we will see. This is Maria Gushina, one of the top competitors in the ladies production.
she's also shooting very high scores also in the man division. She's a very, very advanced young lady shooting, very nice.
And you can see she would have a chance to go to the semi-final, even in the man category. Together with her, we will see Katerina Gordienko, also from Russia, Cecilia Lindberg from Sweden, and Maria Junchila from Italy. And Ilaria will also try to be in the top 2 in the semi-final, because now they will start again from the 0, and the top 2 from the semi-final will advance to the final, and they will shoot for the gold medal and the special prize, which is a new Shadow 2 pistol from CZ.
On the starting line, now we see Maria, and let's watch her how she will shoot the stage. She had a little extra shot on the swinger on the last target. Also with the reload, she had a little struggle. 18-18, it's a perfect time.
It's our starting time. We can compare now other competitors with this time, because as we said, the points and the time is important. We see the different types of targets, white targets, yellow targets, the red target, which is very important because it's no shoot target. Never shoot the red target if you can.
You get 10 points minus if you hit it.
Yellow targets are proper, so if you hit these targets, they have to fall down, and very often they will start some other part of the
stage. They activate like swingers, which are showing up and disappearing, moving targets. That's mainly why steel is used to activate those targets.
And the white targets, they are most common. There is usually a lot of white targets on the stage, and you have to shoot each white target twice, and the white target has a different score zone. But we will talk about it a little bit later, because now we got a second competitor, Ekaterina Gordienko from Russia.
She's done now, and she also had a little struggle with 22.61. You see the difference about those almost 4 seconds, what happens when you re-engage a target, when you didn't have your hit on the target, re-engaging it, it costs you time, and this adds on, and at the end, you lose the seconds.
So as we said, each white target has 3 different score zones, Alpha, Charlie, Delta, and you will receive points also depending on the power factor or on the division in which you are shooting.
Yes, that's true. The Alpha gives you 5 points, that's the highest score, it's in the center. Then you have a circle outside, that's the Charlie, the C zone. It gives you in the minor division, it gives you 3 points. And the Delta, it's the outer zone, it gives you 1 point.
And all these points will be counted by referees and then divided by the time. So 4 seconds difference in the time is a lot of points. Now Cecilia Lindberg from Sweden is the next competitor.
You see the concentration, and now she starts. Little preparing.
Magazines for reloading, because of course you cannot shoot one stage with one magazine usually.
No.
Not in production.
It's a nice time. Not so fast like Maria at the beginning, but I think she was shooting very safe.
And we will see the difference because she had a very similar time like Ekaterina Gordienko. So now every point
will count.
Will be very important, yes. You can see sometimes different approach. Of course, these close targets, they are solved while the competitor is moving.
The difficulty on this stage is the moving targets in the back. When you release the steel and they come out, it's really hard to get your sights on the target and hit them right in the center while they're moving. It's very, very difficult, and it's a high skill, a lot of training to get your hits on those targets.
And now we got the last semi-finalist, Ilaria Vinciglia from Italy. And I think she also has a very good chance to advance to the final. Now the timer.
Let's have a look. She lost the magazine.
Well, I'm afraid 2 small mistakes and very costly mistakes.
You see it immediately in the time. It's 22.52. It's it counts up. It counts up.
Well, we can also talk about divisions because now we see the division production. These pistols are, let's say, very close to the pistols you can buy in the shop as a regular pistol.
The production guns are actually used by police and military force, and there are not modifications allowed. So they come actually from the factory like this, and you have to use them like this.
Also the magazine the number of bullets is limited for the production. That's why we saw so often how they have to reload.
Yes.
And also the time is also part of the IPSC. You see the timer in the hands of the judge and the referee, and with the beep he starts
The stage,
performance.
the performance, yes, and the last shot will be recorded on the timer. So that's why we recognize, or we have then the time from the last shot.
So that's why sometimes we see the shooter how he's thinking, should I give one more shot just to be safe that it is in the target or it is in the alpha zone, or should I finish? Because there is not... you can shoot any number of shots to the white target you want. Top two will count.
Yes, but it adds up
costs
your
time.
time. It costs you time, yes.
Exactly. So sometimes you see that the shooter is just thinking, is it Alpha Charlie or is it something good? And maybe I will shoot one more for Alpha, but it
To
will,
get the points, yeah, but still, yeah. Now our domains are preparing from production, the best
Yes.
four. They have their walkthrough.
we can compare also the times, and I'm pretty sure that the time of Maria Gushina will be very close,
To the man, yes.
man. Ljubisha Momčilović, it's a shooter from Serbia, also very experienced one with a lot of great results, not only at the World or European Championships or other continental championships.
Yeah, the guys which we see here now, the four guys, they're actually, I would say, top 10 in the world. They're really top shooters. Eduardo, all those guys, they're really, they're fighting for the win, and everybody can do it.
Also, Robin Shebo, he was not very satisfied with the quarterfinal, but he was fourth, and it was good enough to advance to the semi-final. But it will be not good enough to advance to the final. So he has to improve himself. But that's advantage of the super final. Important is to go forward, and now you have another chance. You are starting from zero, and if you do the good performance now, you will shoot for the gold medal.
You see how the guys are focused totally, how they memorize the steps, where they have to go, the targets, everything, where they make the reloads. It's really high performance of getting ready for the stage.
You have to also count very, a lot, because you have to think where to reload, not just to wait when your magazine is empty.
No, you have to program it all before.
So men's are preparing. We will see how they will perform, and it already started.
Ben Stöger is up.
Maybe it looks strange that at the European Championships are competing competitors from United States or from Brazil, but that's because
You see the time, ooh,
Fantastic time,
14:16. That's really amazing fast.
and all the continental championships are open.
Yes.
So everyone can compete at the European Championships, and it's good because when you see great shooters like Ben, it's always good to have them at competition. It was almost perfect.
We are waiting for the hits, what he has on the targets. That's also very important, not only the time.
Now we see the results from the ladies category, and we see that Maria Gushina was not only fast, but also very precise. And as I must say, as most of us expected, she is in the final, but the fight for the second place was very close, and we will see the Russian-Italian final.
Yes.
Great.
She was not shooting very fast, but I think very accurate. That means that maybe one of the ladies, she was missing a target and she didn't get the points. Now, that's Eduardo now, which is preparing Eduardo de Cobos.
Ben was before him, now it's Eduardo de Cobos from Spain. Exactly.
missed the steal. Little struggle. It will cost him time. Let's see. There you see 1895. That's over 4 seconds slower. And you see immediately he was re-engaging the target. He was not sure, and there it is. It's so tight, and you don't have you don't have a second chance. It's only there. You make the decision when you pull the trigger, and it's good or not.
Well, IPSC is very dynamic discipline. It's not only about shooting itself, but it's also about how quickly you can move through the stage, and also about your tactique, about just to find the right way how to solve the situation. So Eduardo de Cobos, he will have a reshoot because the popper, as you said, he missed. It was already hit, but was not set
falling.
properly, not fallen. So he will have a reshoot, which is also in the rules of IPSC. If something like that happens,
if there's a stage failure,
yeah,
it calls.
it's not happening too often, but
No.
of course everything is just a mechanical things.
It has to be fair for everybody, and that's the rule, and that's actually more than fair. So we have a chance, and then he can approve, and he will do it better.
But first is Ljubisha Momčilović. So Ljubisha,
He's
one of the tallest guys.
Very experienced shooter. He's a long time in this circus, shooting all over the world. And now we will see, I think, a very nice performance from him.
In the wet conditions here, also was very important to keep your hands warm and dry.
That's actually the biggest thing, to have warm hands, because when you have cold hands you cannot hold your pistol tight, you cannot pull the trigger fast enough. Now let's have a look what he's doing. That was a very solid run with 15.82. That's a good time, very good time.
Clear time 1:5.82.
Of course, the points are important, but so far, second.
You see the
just
tension in
behind
his
Ben.
face. You see the tension in his face. He's maybe not so happy.
Oh, well, I saw how he was waiting with the last shot.
Yes, yes. This last moving target.
It was just short comparison between Ljubisha and Eduardo. And now we will see also the Czech guy, Robin Šebo. And, well, I think it's a big pressure on him because Ben and Ljubisha, they both had very fast times.
Yes, yes. Now the pressure is on him. That's always a little. It gives you more pressure when you are waiting and you see the performance from your friends, shooters, opponents, and then now you have to, we have to really shoot very fast and accurate.
But I think it's also very interesting part of the super final because, well, you have to perform now and here. You don't have other second chance. It's like in every sport. Again, everything's ready.
Ready? And back.
They stopped him because he also gets a reshoot because the steel was not falling. It should be fair for everybody.
Well, I think that's a little bit because of the weather of last 5 days,
Yes.
of course, when there is rainy,
A
when
lot
there's
of
a lot
mud.
of mud,
Yes.
it will also a little bit influence all these poppers.
You saw in the first section he had this little, we call it a trigger freeze. You know, he has to put 2 shots on one target. They had this trigger freeze, so he fired the first shot, and then he was flexing his muscles, and he couldn't fire the second shot.
Yeah, you know, you have to go through the reset of the trigger. So we will have 2 reshoots in this category. Of course, popper will not fall down every.
It's not falling, then he gets a reshoot, actually.
So another chance for Eduardo. Another thing in Ipsc, now we see the stage when they are starting with gun in the holster, but some stages they can start also with the hand on the table, with the gun on the table, loaded or not loaded. There are different stages, and every organizer tries to surprise with something.
They ask for every skill to pick up the gun, you know, from the table, everything shooting strong hand or also shooting weak hand. That means one hand shooting a whole stage. Everything will be asked from a shooter, every skill.
Close targets, targets
far away.
Far away.
Now, let's see what he's doing. He had some extra shots on the steel, which is activating this last swinger. Let's see, but 15.94, it's also a good time.
It's pretty close to time of Ljubisha Momcilovic. And now, again, every point will be important. You can see 2 alphas. Sometimes it seems it's pretty easy to hit the target when it is 1, 2, 3 meters away, but it's not like that. You have to be very fast. Usually the first shot is double action. So
yes, in the production, it's double action, yes.
Different different power you have to use on the trigger, and you are trying to be as fast as possible.
Handgun, this is at Shadow 2.
Ready? And back.
That was a nice run. Well, 15.74, huh?
Very good and very close competition. Ben was fastest, but
He's smiling.
look good, looks good. Again, a lot of alphas in the first part.
We have 15 Ipsc paper targets and 2 poppers. Minimum rounds 32.
And also we can see a lot of shooters are coming to watch the super final, because during the competition you don't see the top shooters at one stage at one time, usually
Performing with each other, let's say this way. There you have the direct comparison to the top shooters, and it's very, very interesting for the shooters and the people watching them.
the rest of the field, Eduardo de Cobos, Ljubisha Momcilovic or Robin Chebo, we will see. Now we are moving to next division, the standard division.
Ladies category?
Ladies category, ladies first, of course. Last 3 shots and a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
But good time.
Still a very good time. 1931.
Yes, and when we've been talking about this safety rules, of course, each stage has defined safe zones, and if you are holding the gun and pointing out of the zone, you're out. You're disqualified. Now we saw one Charlie. It's a little bit.
It happens in
It
this
happens, but that's what we've been talking about. It's a very close target, but with these powerful guns, with these powerful weapons, it's not easy to shoot quickly and to hold the gun into the alpha zone.
You see also the gun, it jumps much more like a production gun, 9mm. The 40, it's a very powerful cartridge.
So there was Markéta Zarubová, second competitor in the semi-final, and now we also have Krista Holdinga
Yes.
from Austria.
In real life, she's a police officer in Austria. And now she's getting ready to shoot the stage. Trigger freeze and struggles to reload. She's not happy with Jan, 2066. You see immediately the time. Too many extra shots, little struggling here and there.
6-6.
Yeah. She knows immediately it's not the best performance for her.
And there's a problem on the super final because in the regular competition you have, let's say, 20, 29, and everyone can try. How difficult it is, but there is also a lot of fun in this sport.
Absolutely.
Okay, now Yelena Yefimova, another competitor from a very strong Russian team.
Are you ready? And up.
Our magazines, and it changes totally the tactic where you have to make a reloads, how you shoot the targets, you know, from which position. It's a lot of tactics involved in Revolver and Classic, and it's very interesting.
Also on some stages we see even different way how to proceed through the stage, because as we said, there is a lot of options for the organizers to build the stage, and some stages are not one-way stage. There are different approaches in different divisions. It's very interesting to see how the best shooters are solving each stage. And sometimes there are different approaches, but both are very fast and both are very effective.
It's true. Now the standard man category is getting ready, have their walkthrough, memorizing the stage. There you see Eric Ruffel, multiply European and world champion. He's actually the top notch when it comes to IPSC shooting.
Yeah, actually he's really number one in IPSC, Eric Ruffel, and I was very pleased when he for the first time was participating in Super Final. He said, "Well, yes, that's what I like, because that's this is bringing another excitement in our sport."
I also had in the Czech Republic the fun to shoot this Super Final once, and it was very, very challenging because you have the cameras in the back.
Yeah, now we see the results, and Markéta Zarubová with Yelena Yefimova, they both were able to advance in the ladies standard division.
And I guess that Christine Burkhalter maybe had a miss, so she was not hitting one shot, missing there on a target. That's the reason why she's third and not in the finals.
Exactly. Well, it's also a very important part. You are not just shooting and forgetting. You have to see the result of your shot, and still the shooter is able to add maybe one more shot to improve his score, or even to score, because also sometimes it happens that there are misses, that there is only one hole in the target where there should be two. It's also a very important part, not just to shoot and not thinking about the result.
Yes.
You have all the time control everything.
And now Gregorio Tassone from Italy is getting ready to shoot the stage.
Are you ready? And back.
He had a little jam, we call, when the gun is not functioning right, when you pull the
Range is
trigger
clear.
and
Time,
it's not
1:570.
firing, but 15:70, it's a very fast time.
Well, you have to be very fast and very precise if you want to compete with Erik Graufel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, for every shooter is a big challenge to compete with Erik.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
oh yes, it's of course.
Ready? And back.
Very fast.
13:25.
Range is
That's
clear. Your
26.
time. 1.
He's a senior shooter. That means he is over 50 years of age. This is also
Long.
very interesting that, let's say, a man with he had those 2 extra shots on the steel and 17:21. That cost him at least 2 seconds. Those 2
There was just a small mistake, but in
it cost him the time. It cost him the time
level,
with the
this
extra
level
shots.
is
Yes.
too much.
Ready? And back.
1 extra shot.
Not bad.
Not at all.
14:33.
Range is
38.
clear. Your time.
That's a
1,
very
4,
fast time
3,
also.
8.
But now let's see the score. What the guys were, hitting the points of them, and let's see who will be first. I guess it will be Erik, and second we will see then shortly.
Well, you have to wait a little bit for the referees to confirm the results, because, of course, as we said, every point is important. So also the shooter goes with the referees and just double checking all the targets. Sometimes there are hits close to the line, so
Yes.
there are some debates. It was Alpha or Charlie.
It's true. Yes. It's some
For
absolutely.
Zdeněk Líne, it's big semi-final success for him to beat Erik Graufel.
Yes. It's unbelievable because everybody expecting from Erik that he's a top shooter, the world champion multiple times, and he will win. But you see, also he's a human. and showing up and disappearing immediately, and there you have to be very, very, very precise and very quick to hit the target.
Now we see also the different gun Well, basically the gun is the same, but with the different components, with the different.
Yeah, the
parts.
open category. You have like an optical sight on it, like a. You see it now. This where is a little point reflected into this little sight, and where when you put the sight, let's say, on the target, and where you see your point shining on, there's your hit when you pull the trigger. Also, they
with
have
the compensator.
yes, which helps you a lot that the gun is not the muzzle flip is not so high. You can shoot actually very fast with such a gun. No,
Longer
Martina's
magazines.
also up to 29 rounds. Now Martina's getting ready. Let's have a look how she's doing. One extra shot on this last target, but
16, 15.
Range is clear,
very
your
good
time.
time.
1, 6,
Very good
1,
time.
5.
Trošku jináčí rány tady tím.
Well, okay. In open you have a lot of improvements, but still you have only 2 hands, 2 eyes, 1 brain.
yes.
It's a very important part of every competition. And of course, you have to move on your feet. Nobody will help you. Kateřina Šustrová, another Czech shooter, another semi-finalist in the Ladies Open. Also in Czech Republic has Ipsc shooting very good tradition. We can talk about Adam Týce.
Too many extra shots. No, she's also not happy. You saw it. 17:52.
Big shoot off.
2, 5.
Yes, the nerves are laying open.
Ipsc shooting has discipline.
See how she struggles with the reload. Yeah, it's not easy when you want to do it fast and then.
Well, you know, the shooters, even the top shooters, are still not used to have a lot of spectators, to have cameras behind them, to be live on the internet or on TV. It's something new.
It's new, yes.
Something which is adding.
It's also new for me. It's
goodness.
also new for me to sit here in this van with you to comment this event. But I love it.
And I'm sure that a lot of spectators, a lot of TV or internet viewers will love this sport because it is interesting. Margit Steuer
From Austria.
from Austria.
She's also in the police force in Austria. She's a police officer. Also shooting a long time. Let's see what she's doing now.
Are you ready? And up.
Those are splits. Ooh.
Clear, hammer down.
17:42. She was
Range is
starting
clear,
very
your
fast,
time,
but then
1,
at the end
7,
she was a
4,
little bit
6,
struggling
4,
with
2.
this last target and picked up an extra
Isn't
shot,
it?
which cost her time. But nice smile.
Not
She looks
sure-
happy.
Not sure about it, but it seemed to me that she lost her rhythm. She was even thinking about reloading, then
Yes.
she changed her mind. And from this point,
There you see how she is, taking out this target, coming back to this second swinger. And now the last target, she was taking 3 shots. And this extra shot cost you at least a second extra. But maybe she was not calling it right. She want to go sure that the hits are on the target.
and
reduces the recoil. It's
Yes.
actually very nice and easy to shoot gun. But when you can shoot it faster, it makes it also more difficult to follow the shots, you know, with your mental preparation and everything. Because the shooting in this stage, it's actually done by the subconscious mind. You're not thinking anymore. It's just like the pictures are showing up which you were memorizing before, where are the targets, and then you're just pulling the trigger and shooting and shooting. And that's actually the high level of this sport. That's the high level to memorize it and do it subconsciously.
Also, maybe we should say for the people that are not that familiar with the IPSC.
If you're coming to the finals or not. But it's part of the game.
So now we will see
Top four.
top 4 in the main open. Miroslav Havlíček.
Luka, Miroslav,
The member of CZ shooting team.
Miroslav, Jorge, Jamie.
He still has some time to prepare.
Yeah, I think first will be Luca Borsari from Italy, and he was 5th place overall at the last World Championship in Florida.
Are you ready?
He picked up some extra shots, but 15-0, it's a fast time. Can you imagine he would be much more faster if he didn't have this extra shots to re-engage the target, coming back to the target. But he's smiling, he looks like happy.
Oh, I must say sometimes it sounds like machine gun, but no.
Single
For
shots
each
fired.
shot you have to
Pull the trigger.
pull the trigger again.
And he was coming back to the swinger, and that was costing him a lot of time. But we will see the end, the results, and where he comes up.
But maybe if there was an alpha instead of delta, the last shot, maybe
It could
it will
help
be
him.
good for him.
Yes, yes.
So now Miroslav Havlíček, the Czech shooter. Still must be cleared, of course, before he will.
Yes, security is absolutely the first thing in our sport.
Load and make ready.
Let's have a look how fast he can shoot those 3 targets when we watch the timer in the back. Maybe we can see it, and it's very interesting how he fast can fire the first 6 shots. Maybe we'll see it.
Are you ready? Stand by.
164.
6 shots.
6 shots fired. Nice run.
Sub 14.
Yeah, it's 13.99.
Range is clear. Your time. 1,
He looks
3,
happy.
9, 9.
But still looking at the target, is everything there? He was still not sure. A very nice run.
Well, we saw already one sub 14 stage. It was from Erik Graufel,
Yes.
but he was not first
Nope.
because of the points.
Yes.
So that's the beauty of the sport. Not only time, not only points, but both factors are very important.
Both combined together. That gives you the result. Next up will be Jorge Ballesteros from Spain.
Well, IPSC shooting is very popular not only in Europe, but of course in USA, but in Asia. There's a lot of great shooters from Asian countries.
Yes.
Indonesia.
There are a lot of strong shooters coming also from Asia, from Indonesia, yeah, Philippines.
Philippines, of course. This sport is very popular in the Philippines.
That's his sister, Lorena Ballesteros.
She was in the quarterfinal of Ladies Open, but she didn't advance to the semi-final.
Are you ready? And up.
Let's have a look. What is he doing? Oh, he's not happy with his result. He was shooting too much, and he was not sure if the hits are there.
4.
It's Wild West.
He's an ut.
And you see it also in the time. 1584.
Going back and back and back. Yeah, happens sometimes.
Yes. In this speed, everything can happen. Till here was everything fine, and then he started back and forth.
You know, also on the stop level, sometimes it happens, some mistakes. I saw missed targets when the competitor just forgot that he has one more target to shoot, something like that. Even
Yep.
top shooters can make mistakes. It's too fast, or so fast, and sometimes so difficult that
And even the mistakes happens very
Yep.
fast.
yeah. Well, we've been talking about USA, about Asia. We also have to talk about South America, and we have now competitor from Brazil,
Yeah,
Jaime
Jaime.
Saldanha Junior. It's necessary to say.
Yes, he doesn't look like, but he is. Very fast. Now let's have a look how he will perform on this stage.
Are you ready? And up.
Sub
13.
14.
Yes, 1380. Nice run.
clear, your
Even when he
time.
had some
1,
extra shot
3,
on the
8,
steel,
oh.
but he made it up with a good performance.
Of course, he's satisfied. Well, I think everyone can see when something goes a little bit wrong, because if everything is smooth and the shooter advances like he was expected, he's shooting very fast, and then just suddenly stops.
Yep.
Oh. Split of the second, but a longer intermission than you are used to, and then you see now he's out of his routine, and now he has to think, okay, I'll do this.
He has to make the decision very quick. Let's waiting for the results.
We saw two sub 14 performances, but we will have to wait how it is with points, because this is now the most important part. Of course, now everybody is moving to the final stage, because the final stage is gonna be across the street.
Yeah, on the other side. We're still calculating for the results for the open man division.
So we will see what the referees been able to count on the targets.
Well, here they are.
Two fastest shooters are also on the first and second place.
Yes, that's the time. Time was making it.
So we will see again Jaime Saldana and Miroslav Havlicek in the final.
Yeah, Miroslav was also very close. You know, it's only a little bit more than 2 points behind Jaime to make the first place on this shoot-off. But we will have the last stage to find out who is the best of those two.
Okay, so we will stop for a moment because we have to also move to the final stage.
Yes.
And we'll be back in, let's say, 5, max 10 minutes.
Okay, see you later then.
See you.
silnici, šup. Nedupej na to.
Ale přesunuli jsme auto. Vidíš obraz z trojky? Takže budeme začínat štandard lady. Prvá pôjde 24 Markéta Zárugová, druhá pôjde 20 Helena.
Nemůžeme začít, potřebujeme ještě 5 až 10 minut na přesun kamer.
Musíme nějak hejbat, jo? Protože oni tam všichni vlezli, takže... Ale dobrý lidi, dobrý. V pohodě. Dobrý. Dobře. Super.
Teď.
Teď mi řekni, kolik toho budeme potřebovat.
Nevím.
Ať tam rozdělilo nekřičá.
Jo, jasně.
Ez az oroszlán kinyomtázta kettőt.
Mellőtt Mr. Nem ilyet
A Margit?
Jak se mám zeptat na něco teda?
Prosím tě, Rosčo, teď mě nech.
Komboj, nem mondod.
Hallod, Niki? Akkor kimegyek oda a kocsihoz.
Jó. Én mondom neked ezt az oldalt.
Nem mondod, nekem Attila mondja végig.
Végig mondja?
Végig mondja, csak
Ne keverjétek be.
három.
Utas hálót, azt megtartani, ki mondja, hogy hátsó.
A félálló?
Sanyi, első kettő vagy a hátsó kettő?
felé bemegyek abba a pizzériába, azt teszek.
Tudom, meghagytam, hogy
Becsukom, értékelem és végigcsukom az ajtót.
Alex, nem tudunk indulni?
André még nincsen, azt nézem, most jön. André!
Igen, ott vannak. Kik vannak? Oké. Gaming ki meg a izé, ki van jobb oldal?
Kell ide?
Az Alex van jobb oldalon.
Marketa megveri a csajt. Marketa megveri a csajt. Nem csinál nagy...
Jsme ready. Můžeme začát. Prvá půjde standard lady 24 marketa.
Můžu?
Ano, potvrduji 24 marketa.
Ladies! Be in the range. First shoot online, please.
Druhá půjde číslo 20 Elena.
Set the timer. Hi again from Felsőtárkány, from Hungary, from Eger, from the European Championships in Ipsc shooting.
I'm Gregory.
And I'm Mike, and we are back with the super final, and now it is really the final, because now we will have only top 2 shooters in each division, in each category, and we will see who's gonna be our winner for today. Now it's really 1-1.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Was a nice run, but I think she had on the
Range is clear. Scoring. Your time.
second last position,
66.
time, she had a no-shoot. She was hitting this red target, which was actually in front of this swinger, which you see there. And the first shot she fired, she wanted to hit the steel, which is activating the swinger, but I think she was hitting this no-shoot. That gives her 10 points minus.
At least we,
You see, she's re-engaging it. Yes, now it falls.
but we heard also the ring with the first shot, so that's the reason why also I guess she hit the no-shoot zone, and that's a big disadvantage because the final again is only one stage and two shooters, and no points from the previous competitions. Now Elena Efimova has a very good chance in the ladies standard division to be our winner.
But she still has to do the stage. She still has to shoot
Yep.
it. And it's big pressure now.
Markéta Zarubová from the Czech Republic now has just to wait if her points and her time will be enough. Young Russian. It's gonna be also interesting competition because Erik Graufel and Zdeněk Líne, they both advanced to the final, and Zdeněk Líne had a better semi-final stage than Erik Graufel. So now the coin toss.
Now they are choosing who will be first.
Head the first.
It is it? Yes?
So it's fair. Because, you know, when one is shooting very good, the second one has the pressure to be at least that good or better if he wants to win.
I must say, for me, it's also very interesting to see these top shooters, how they are preparing and how they are trying to find the right way through the stage.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's also interesting how they are looking at each other and trying to think, maybe he has a better solution than me. Is it? No, it's not better.
I say the IPSC shooting community, it's a big family, and there is no bad feelings or something, but it's really open, and we actually speak about the stage plan, you know, how to shoot the stage with the competitor, each other. It's not a problem. We are open because we know everybody has to shoot it.
But we have a first results, and
Yeah.
Markéta Zarubová is our first winner. Well, it was very close,
Very
and
close.
Jelena Jefimová, the time was a problem.
The time was the problem, yes.
She
There
was
you see-
maybe better in points, but
Yeah.
she was much worse in the time, and that's what we've been talking about during the semi-final. It's not only about the points. Okay, there was a -10 for hitting
The no shoot.
the
but
no shoot,
The time was so long.
but the time was much better.
Yeah, from her was much better, yes.
So big congratulations to Czech shooter Markéta Zarubová. She is the first super final winner of European Championships, and because this is a very first super final at all,
Yeah,
so
All the
she's a part
Europeans.
of the history now.
absolutely. She's in the books.
And now Zdeněk Líne, and we can see he will start
On the left side.
on the left side.
You have two choices on this stage. You can start on the right or on the left side, walking up the stage. But he will have now a different strategy, like we saw on the woman, and shooting targets differently.
Yeah, some stages they have defined start point. Sometimes even that you have to start with you facing from the stage or something like that. But here you can choose.
Yeah. Now let's see how he will perform. He also had this no shoot, I guess. I see the impact, 19.12 seconds,
19.
and he's not happy. He's not happy.
Well, when we've been talking about white targets, we have to say here are white and black targets, and only white half is counting.
Yes, and the black part is also hard cover, so when you have an impact in this black part of the target, it's not counting at all. It doesn't give you minus, but it doesn't give you any points.
And also one important thing, we've been not talking about it during the semi-final, you have a defined path. So you can shoot, well, Zdeněk Líne was the best shooter in the semi-final, but now I think it's a very good position for Erik Graufel.
Now he knows, or he can actually lean back a little bit, and but I guess Erik, as I know him, he will show his best performance.
Well, I remember when we had the very first broadcasting, live broadcasting from Znojmo, he said, I'm very glad because for the first time my fans in France can see me during the competition. So this is the second time, and I'm very sure that Erik Graufel will try to show his best performance. And I'm looking forward to see it.
It's always beautiful to watch him shooting. It looks so easy, but when you know how much he's practicing and how long he's shooting, it's amazing, this performance. Now let's have a look how he will perform.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Very nice run, 16:07.
From my point of view, almost perfect performance.
But he's looking there in the back, is everything on?
You can see this is standard division, so some modifications on the weapon.
He's shooting this swinging target on one move with the double tap. That's also high performance.
Of course, we have to wait for points, but now I think that Erik Graufel is very close to the gold medal.
He looks happy.
We have to wait for the referees to count all the alphas, Charlies or deltas. But also I have to say that we are very close to have a new kind of targets with the automatic scoring. Yep. I think it's clear because Erik Graufel was curious and he was looking over the shoulder of the referee. And I think now he knows that he is a winner.
Yes.
But we have to wait for the official confirmation.
Everybody's congratulating him. So.
And yes, it's clear Erik Graufel is now clear winner of the super final. He won with 140 points. Zdeněk Líne 117.66.
Congratulations to him for this nice, beautiful performance.
Also, congratulations to Zdeněk Líne for the semi-final win, because it is not that often that you are able to beat Erik Graufel.
Absolutely.
On the one stage.
On one stage at least, he was beating him.
Yep. So the next will be open ladies. And Martina Šera is preparing herself. Well, it's gonna be also a very interesting final. And we see that Martina is starting from the left.
Yes, she wants to end up on this. Actually, the very difficult position on this stage is this position on the right top with the swinger and this moving target, because it's very difficult to shoot targets when they're moving. And even half size, then it's more difficult.
There is one part where we, I think, will not see any shooter in the super final. You can see that there is also the possibility to go down under the...
we call it a Kubo tunnel.
Yep.
And those wooden sticks which are laying on top, they can fall down. That means you really have to crawl down and go in this low position to shoot. You have the possibility to shoot this moving target from this low position. And it's done like this, the stage design is built like this, because if the target will disappear and you cannot see it at the end, it will count as a bonus target. So you can choose to shoot the bonus targets or not. But there's this opening at the end, down on this barricade, so you can see the target, so it will be a target and the hits on the target will be scored. That's the reason why there is this opening under this Kubo tunnel.
But I think during the final, no one will use this chance, because all the finalists will shoot the target during his
it will cost
journey.
It will cost you too much time to crawl down and shoot the target.
But this, as we've been speaking about, this is one option. So it's good when the stages are offering more options than just one. And you have to think, you have to
make your decision.
Make your decisions, yeah.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to mention it. So Margit Steurer
will be the first on this.
The first one.
This last stage. Super final. And adjusting the side, looking for the point, if it's bright enough, because the sun is shining from the back.
Are you ready? Stand by!
Struggling to open the door. Was not a very perfect run for her.
It's not smooth.
No, 23.01, but it's still a good result. She's not happy. But it's still a solid run when all hits are there.
She has one big advantage. Her run is over, and Martina now has to think and has to wait, and she knows that this was not the best possible run, but now the pressure is on her.
Absolutely. She still has to perform.
Another difficulty on the semi-final and the final stage is that both stages were part of the competition, but the final stage is a little bit different. There are a little bit small adjustments, but they are. So for the competitor, it is difficult that this is the same stage, but one target is missing. You have to change because there was a double target on the right side. Now it's no shoot target. So you have to reset your mind.
Absolutely. You have to memorize the targets, how they are there now. It's actually a new exercise. It has nothing to do with the exercise from the competition. And it's a new challenge. Checking the magazine, so everything is fine.
It's part of the routine.
Absolutely. Getting away of the wasps. But she's focused.
It's not alpha on the second target on the right.
She was shooting a totally different strategy.
Much better time.
Absolutely, with 1875. That's a very nice score.
1875.
But now she's also wondering about the hits, and she's walking up to the swinger and the mover if everything is on the target.
Well, if I saw good, on the second target on the right, there was both hits were a little bit up and right.
Yes, out of the center, out of the alpha zone. Now we're waiting for the results.
Of course, also this can play the role. We can see when the yellow popper is hit, the target starts to move, the second target starts to move, but most of the competitors, they still have a time to solve other targets and then to return.
To shoot the other targets in between and then return till the other moving target shows up.
Now I think Martin is talking about these two shots on the right upper side, but she looks happy. I think most of the hits were alphas. We now have to wait for the confirmation. But it seems to me that Martina is winner. She looks satisfied, confident.
Satisfied, yes.
Because of course she knows her result. She walked through the stage and she double-checked all targets.
Yes. I mean, all the hits are there. Was this good time? She should be on top.
Of course, she also hears the referees because referee is calling alpha, alpha, alpha.
They're calling the shots, and if somebody would be not on the target, if the shot would be not there, if there would be not a hit, they would call you to verify, and you as a shooter, you have the chance to look at the target and then you see if the shot is really, maybe it's a double hole, because sometimes it can happen that the hits are so close together that it looks like one shot and they're actually two, and then there maybe some discussions or not. And here are the results.
Here are results, and it was very close, because only 1 point and 26 different. There is a 1.26 difference between Martina Schera and Margit Steuer.
And it's very close.
It's very close, but big congratulations to Martina. She is a winner.
Well done, well done.
She started because of her father, who was also involved in the sport. As you can see, she is back in full strength. Martina Schera, the winner of Ladies Open division.
Super 6.
Super 6. Exactly. And now we will see the open division man. Oh, it's gonna be another very difficult competition.
It will be very interesting how they will shoot this stage. It will be also very fast, because you have the possibility with an open race gun, we call it, to shoot very fast splits and very fast to pick up the targets. And it's amazing how they will solve this and shoot this stage. And you see, Jaime, he's really programming himself how to step and when to shoot the target when it appears.
And again, I have to say, we saw different attempts. We saw approach from the right side, we saw approach from the left side. Eric Graufel won from the right side, Martina won from the left side, so it's not, probably it's not easy to say which one is better. Depends also on the shooter, what he prefers.
Yes, it's about the preference of each shooter, how he likes it better, how he thinks for himself he can shoot better this way or the other.
It seems that Jaime will start from the right side. Everything must be ready. And Miroslav Havlíček will be the first one who will shoot in the open division man. Again, all the preparation. Everything must be double checked.
Last focus, memorizing.
Team starts from the left side. Now it's clear.
Yes. Not bad, this way of shooting the stage.
Scoring your time
was 16:98.
98.
But also he was a little bit waiting for the swinger, because he was not shooting the targets in between, he was shooting them before. Up to him. Make a double shot on the steel so it falls faster.
Yeah, it's also one interesting part that sometimes shooters are double shooting into steel just to increase the speed.
Yep, or fall it down, yes. And there he had to wait to bring on his second shot, so yeah, he was a little bit, from the timing, I think it was not the perfect way.
It also seems to me that he was not sure about the hit to the moving target, so he'd been thinking, one more shot, yes or no? No, okay. It's also interesting, he was reloading very soon. He was reloading after 8 shots, I guess.
Yeah. Now with open you have less problems when you put in a big magazines, then it's good enough for the rest of the stage.
It was interesting that he was, it was his strategy. Okay, I will need more bullets, more cartridges in the last part. So after 8 shots he reloaded to have a full magazine, because there was good position. Usually the shooter is trying to reload when he's moving, just to make 2 things at one time together. Not just stop, reload, then shoot. It's too much time. Okay, Jaime
is up now.
And from the right side.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Time was 16:66 seconds. That's a very nice fast run.
Yeah, but almost the same time as Miroslav Havlíček. It's not a big difference in the time. So now it will be the
really
very important
the points.
Every point will be very important.
And he's also wondering about the movers. Everything is there.
He shot the 3 shots on movers, on each of them, just to be sure that he has two alphas.
It will be a very tight race there with those two.
Czech or Brazilian shooter. One of them will be first winner, and he will also receive the new Shadow 2 gun as a special prize for the winner of the super final.
Which is an awesome prize, I must say.
Yes, European Handgun Championship 2016. We are watching this competition from Hungary. And we have sun outside. We have sun outside, so...
But it's still cold.
I think for most competitors it's a big surprise to see the sun at this stage.
Yes.
So Jaime Saldanha from Brazil or Miroslav Havlicek. Jaime is a winner, and yep, the time was very close together, but Jaime has 10 more points, so his shots were better.
Yeah. He was aiming very hard. You saw it in the first section how he really was not shooting fast. He was really control shooting and going for the points. I think that was giving him this advantage to make this victory. But he's happy. I see him outside smiling.
Well, I think this is the very first super final, but I hope and I think it's not the last super final we see at the big competition. I think this format will be, for the future of this sport, very important and very interesting. And I hope it is interesting also for you as a spectators, because I think this is a chance to see this sport in a new perspective and to watch it and to see in the 2 hours the top shooters in each division. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Now the lady production are getting ready, having their walkthrough, and both, it looks like they're choosing to start on the right side.
And as we said, that Erik Graufel is now top shooter, the most successful shooter. Maria Gushina is now, I think, one of the top ladies in the world. What is she able to perform in her category? She is able to win even with a man together.
Yeah, it happened in the past that she was winning an Australia-Asia competition, a continental competition.
So Maria Gushina is next.
Last preparation.
And it will be the last category we will show you, because our transmission time will go to the end, but I'm looking forward to see Maria.
Shot on this moving target.
Yeah. 18.3. Yes. But probably only one hole in the moving target, so that means point loss.
Mm-hmm.
Nice chance.
Well, Ilaria.
for Ilaria.
But now the pressure is on her, and that's very difficult to handle such a pressure, because you know when your competitor, he was like not shooting so well, and you see she's totally focusing now to. Oh, I can imagine how she feels. That's hard. Now to perform well. It's a big step now.
But this is European Championships, big final. It's always hard.
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Wish her luck.
Bye.
22-74. I'm not so sure
Scoring,
if
your
she's
time.
really happy with her
22-74.
result, because I also heard this ding on this moving target, and this little ding, this metal sound, means it's a no-shoot.
Yeah. And I think she knew it, because now we can see if our replay will go a little bit further when she shot first shot and then she tried to move because her finger freezed.
Yeah.
And she had to return to shoot the second shot. She tried to be as fast as possible in the final part. We will see. Ilaria or Maria. One of those ladies is gonna be our winner in the production division. Ladies, yes.
As the men are getting ready, have to walk through.
And as I said, the Czech team starts from the left side. It's clear. And it will be also in the production.
Lubisha, you are the first. Ben is the second.
CZ shooting team represented by Lubisha Momčilović.
Start on the left side, yes.
Yes. CZ shooting team starts on the left side. And even if Lubisha is from Serbia, he keeps this tradition.
Okay, go the walkthrough.
Zdeněk Líne started on left side, Martina Šera started there. Markéta Zarubová also started on the left side, I guess. Well. Maria Gushina is a winner.
Very clear, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you've been talking about. The big pressure on Ilaria, and she made mistake.
Yes. And you only have one chance to perform. There is no second chance.
But you know, that's super final.
Absolutely.
And Lubisha Momčilović, very experienced shooter. Now we will see how he's gonna be able to handle with all this pressure.
Bye.
Had an extra shot on the
Scoring,
activity
your
skill.
time.
1935 is time.
But I think in a super final it can be good performance. Most of the shooters have one extra shot in the super final. The pressure is extreme.
It's very hard, very hard.
We saw how he tried to save splits of the seconds, running between all the targets, trying to move quickly, but yeah, he's showing. Oh.
He said to his wife, "I want to shoot the swinger, but the mover showed up, so I went there and back and forth, and yeah, he's not really happy. But it was a solid run. Now let's see how Benjamin Steger is doing.
Well, we already have one winner from Brazil in the open division, so now another chance, this time for Ben Steger from USA to win the European Championships.
It was 17.98 seconds this run, but he's also not sure with the swinging targets. If everything is there, he's walking up there. Also the moving target, he was firing a third shot there, very quick. Throw the shot at, we say.
Well, I like to see face of the shooter after he finished. He's so nervous, like, well, I know that it was not perfect, but I hope.
Yeah, it's always a little bit of hoping in this tight shots, difficult targets.
And of course, competitors, opponents, but friends.
Yeah, definitely.
And now they're waiting, both very curious and looking what's gonna be.
And you see all the people standing around and waiting for the results, because it's really interesting when you see those guys shooting on this high performance, how they end.
Yeah, it's funny, and it looks like Benjamin Thomas is winner. Benjamin Thomas Steger as a winner. He's surprised. He still looks, he doesn't believe it, but yes, we have to wait for the confirmation. But we have a winner from United States of America. I'm sure it was pretty close. Ben Steger versus Ljubisha Momcilovic. The referee is still confirming the results, and yes, very close competition, but Ben Steger is a winner, Ljubisha Momcilovic is second. This was the very first super final of European Championships. We saw the super final of European Championships 2016. Thank you that you've been with us, and we are looking forward for the next competitions in Ipsc shooting. Thank you.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure to entertain you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All winners, all divisions and categories come here.
You got half a point. You got it. Good job.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mi volt a baj?
Az idő, azonnak kijelző, de más idő jelent nekik, ami az órából a lapról infozódott, utólag ellenőrizve, hogy minden
Egy másodperc csinál.
minden első.
Minden első. Hát akkor oda jelentik.
Mi történt? Utolsó nem érte be. És azt nézték el, egy kurvára sírni kellett.
Hey guys, please, you would like to ask all of the winners for a short prize giving ceremony. Thank you.
Hol a csizma?
Ott oda.
Gyerekek, azt szeretem, hogy minden bíró végezni,
Ajánlni?
Jó az a mellény.